Hello and welcome to card number 4 in the Rainbows of Happiness card event. So card number 4 is a front panel step card, and everything that's in your pack is on the front of the card. So the rainbows are all cut out and the clouds and the ribbon, and it's just a matter of assembling it. But I want to show you how to put the card together and how to cut it. So first of all, we're going to, if I just leave that there, you might be able to. Oh, anyway, we need space for the trimmer. So first of all, I want to take out your largest piece of card that's in your pack, and the measurements for this are 14 centimeters by 22 centimeters. And along the 22 centimeters, we are going to score. If you take your scoring tool, your trimmer, and cut your trimmer blade, let's see, out of the way, sorry about that. Oh, I'm a wee bit behind. So keep your trimmer blade out of the way, and we're just going to use our scoring thing, and we're going to score here at 10 centimeters, and 13 centimeters, 18 centimeters, and 21. Okay, and then before we put our trimmer away, we're going to cut our DSP for the backing of this card, because we need to attach that before we put this front panel on. So we're going to cut the DSP. Here we go. So you've got a sheet of 6x6 DSP in your pack, or for those who have bought the whole kit, if you wouldn't mind taking one of the sheets out of your pack. It's just I was running a wee bit low, and it would help me an awful lot if you used your one sheet out of your pack. So we're going to cut your 6x6 card. We're going to cut it off at 13.5 centimeters, so that you have a strip like this. So that's not needed. And then turn it around. So just make sure that your pattern is running. I'm sort of thinking these are, this sheet, which is on the back of that, is like little clouds. So I'm going to cut this at 4.5. And then the next one is 2.5. So I just lift it up a wee bit to make sure that 2.5. And then another 4.5. And then 2.5. Okay, so this is what's left. That's what you have left. Those are your scraps out of the sheet of 6x6. And then while we've got the trimmer here as well, you also have a square panel in your pack, and it's 11 centimeters by 11 centimeters, and we're going to score at 1 centimeters and 4 centimeters. Okay, so I always tend to score the 1 on this side, because I've got a ledge along here, and it just makes sure then that you're scoring straight. So score at 1, and then I'm going just to flick this round so it's on this side, and then score at 4. So 1 and 4. Okay, and that's what you have. And I think we can put our board away now. Okay. So if you have a bone folder to hand, and we're going to take the 14 by 21, and we'll just take our bone folder. Now just make sure that it's nice and straight at the edges and give it a good crease. And this again. Okay, and we could do the same with this as well, the 11 by 11. So if you've ever given everything a good crease, and then it's a matter of assembly now. So I want to put a piece of, I'm just going to tilt my camera a little bit further this way now that I don't have my board out. So I want to put a piece of strip of, I would like to put a strip of tape along this 1 centimetre side. I'm getting all tongue tied this morning. And if you're more comfortable using the wet glue, feel free to. I like to use the tape when I'm using something that's got a little bit of 3D about it. And what I want to do is I want to fold my card over. So I don't want to fold it on this crease line, it's the second crease line over. So if you fold it over like that, and if you do it when it's flat, you will have a better chance of making everything nice and square. And just take your bone folder and make sure that it's creased. And then just fold it over at the bottom and make sure it's all tidy. And that's what you're aiming for there, okay? So what we're going to do next is we're going to add our DSP to the card, and I'm just going to apply a little bit of wet glue around the edges. Okay, and I'm going to attach it to the top. Okay, and the next one. Attach it to the middle. Oops, moved slightly on me. And then the third piece. Now, so that's the 3 panels. This one should be cut to 10.5. So just take a little strip off that. So this is 2.5 by 10.5. We cut it at 13.5, but just take a little bit off there. So that's 10.5 by 10.5 by 2.5. Okay. And then we want to add this bit now to it. So you've given it a good crease. I'm going to add a strip of tape to the top. Like so. And then we want to place it. I am just going to eyeball this because I've made a few cards now with this. So it should measure 1.5 centimeters around, more or less. So I'm just making sure that I'm happy with where I'm going to stick this down. Okay, so I've actually flattened the box to make sure that that's flat, down like that. And then just flip it over on this crease line, just fold it over like that and put some tape along the bottom of it. So, and I'm going to put a little bit of tape just on this DSP here at the top of this panel, because I would like it to stay attached to the box when it's standing. Take the DSP off. Okay, and then just flap it over and it folds in nice and flat, and that is your front panel step card. And if you want to, give it a good crease again, and if you're happy with that, okay. And then this little strip here that we cut, that was 2.5 by 10.5, it's to go on the top. So I'm just going to add some glue to the back. The card. And the good thing, I say this all the time, but the good thing about the Tombow glue is it gives you a little bit of wiggle room. So that's your card assembled, and it's now just to add in the little bits and pieces. So it all should be in your pack, like so. Okay, you are going to have this piece of paper here in your kit, and when I initially made this card, here we go, I made the measurements to tally with this stitch rectangle, and I had the card made and was delighted with it, thought it was great and all the rest, but when I folded it flat, it didn't actually go into our regular C6 envelopes, and you can see it's just a little bit too big for the envelope. So then I had to cut it down to size and redo my measurements, but I didn't take into consideration the front panel. So when I redid this, the rectangle isn't exactly sort of even all round, but when it's white on white, you don't really notice it as much. So I had to just forget about the pink panel. So here we go. We're going to just add our, do you remember we want to add our rainbows first of all. And I'm just going to take, I think it's 2 centimeters up from the bottom. So 2 centimeters. If you want to make just a little, I don't have a pencil to hand. I'm doing this after the class on Saturday and everything's gone. So what we do is, I think this is 0.5 centimeter. So yeah, so we go up 4. So if I put this square, what you can do is make sure that it's square. I have my grid paper to make it handy, and then I'm going to start placing these down like so. And we'll start off with the little one first. Okay. Don't add too much glue because it's going to squidge out the side of it and make a mess. I hold my rainbows, as you notice there, at the side, so I don't cloy myself or my fingers in glue. But if you want to hold your rainbow with tweezers, you can do so. Now, there we go. Alright. It's a little bit wonky, but do you know what you can do if you're not happy with it? And I'm not happy with that because a little bit is going up the ways a little bit. You can add your ribbon will hide that, or you can add your clouds to it. So I'm going to add the clouds with some little dimensionals. So I've just got the mini ones with me for the clouds, and one is enough for the heart. Last cloud. Okay, and I'm going to put my little heart on my little tag as well. If you don't have the mini dimensionals, cut the larger ones into 4, and then that does the same job. Okay, so I'm going to add this directly to the box. Like so. There we go. And the ribbon. And again, I'm just going to use a pair of scissors to take the crease out of them. Okay. And I'm just going to put my ribbon in through the box, like so, and tie it over onto the right hand side. And I'm just going to tie it in a double knot. I'm not actually going to tie a bow with this one. Ribbon's so pretty, but the glitter comes off it. So you get an extra little bit of sparkle on your card. Now, just make sure it's nice and tight. Hold it down with your finger and then tie it tight. Like so. And I'm just going to cut it off at an angle, like so. And then with a little bit of the twine that's in your card, I'm just going to add the, maybe if I moved it over just a slightly wee bit, tie a little knot with the twine. There we go. And then just trim that off. If you want to, you could add a little dimensional to the back of the tag, and that will hold it into place. Like so. There we go. And if you want to add some of your sparkle your sequins to the card. I've done it in this card, just a little bit about the place. You can do so, and then at the back is where you write your sentiment, and you can stamp your if you have a verse that you want to stamp. Once it's, you can do that when it's folded down flat like so. Okay, so that's our front panel step card complete. I hope you have been able to follow my tutorial. So thank you very much for joining me with this one, and I'll see you again for card number 5.